Good morning. Here is the thumbnail and the title for today's show. And I say that in case you might be watching this video after the live stream is over with and that you're interested in the topic of the indicated by the title or the thumbnail, because sometimes I change that after the show.
DougBot said I'm working here.
To reflect whatever we wound up talking about during the show that I think might be of interest. And if that's the case, if you did come here because you saw a thumbnail and a title that attracted you, I suggest, nay, recommend that you go look in the description. You may find timestamps or additional information that'll get you right to the subject that you're interested in. If you don't care to join us for the interaction and the conversation that we have and the other subjects that will likely be contained in this video. So with that introduction, I will say that it is February 7th, 2025 on a Friday, and it's 9:01 a.m. Started at 9 a.m. We're going to bring up the chat room, say hello to people in chat, and then we'll get started on some topics. And there are a few topics today. Rick Lakes, hello. John Williams, Friday, woohoo, Yahoo. Brian Williams, hello. Alice Jones, hello. Ran Israel. So nobody says hi all today. All right, whatever. Hi all today. Is that a complaint? Hi y'all. Would you rather have that? Zavim Nor, hello. And Phil Stodd. John Williams. Lots of mini PCs. Yeah, there are. Oh. Ordered 6, got them in overnight. They were less expensive. You know, we were thinking about, is tariffs going to be an issue? No, they actually reduced the price on this order from prior. So yeah, those are going into the Law 40 office. That's the nickname that I use around here for that client. Charlie Purdy, hello. Charlie, I think two of your Amazons went through. So it looked like he had sent $250 because Amazon resent the emails over and over. You know, it was $100, much more reasonable. Table full of snacks, all those mini PCs. Yes, they are. They would be. Okay, so then I'm going to get into, well, it's a client. I have to call them back later. Those minis are made in Taiwan, not China. Yeah, I didn't even try looking into where they came from. I figured they might not be China. Didn't I see that there was, oh, I must have missed over. Oh, I wasn't reading. I was reading names. Brian says, just think. Try that again. In a little over 2 months, Doug will be doing episode 666. This will be where he shows his true colors. Okay, well, I'm not going to go further on that. No, that's not part of KK. That 666 is a big biblical reference, the Antichrist. Name 4 days of the week that begin with the letter T, courtesy of sin. Okay, Tuesday, Thursday, and today. 3. Did I get it right? Come on. Did I get it right? Come on. Come on.
No way.
No, that wasn't right. Begin with the letter T. Days of the week that begin with the letter T. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow also. So that would make 4. Not yesterday. How about 4? Is that it? Is that it? Huh? Come on. Come on.
Why, certainly.
Yes, there we go. Did I skip over any other actual comments? I think we're good. Okay, so let's get into topics. Here I've got three video comments, but I'm going to address this one from Carrie first. I'm not going to read through it, basically saying nobody should be touching that box outside, and certainly I agree with that. Also, responding to that, Gary Weisenberger came in with regarding the same thing. This hit hot buttons for both Carrie and Gary. And he adds here, my wife and I own apartment buildings, office buildings, single family home rentals. We have had people arrested for getting to the on-site or building distribution boxes. We have cameras watching 24/7. So slow your roll, slow down. That's not what David is doing. Yesterday, in yesterday's video, I think people thought, maybe got a wrong understanding of something I said. So I brought this up. Let's see how it scrolled when I zoomed. That's what happened, didn't it? So now I got to find it. Here we go. Here we go. And then zoom that back in and get it right to show you what I said yesterday. I did not say he's going out to mess with the box outside. Here's what I said. I looked up stuff about mocha boxes so I have a better understanding what they are, and I've never come across them myself. Somehow, when I read that, and that's referring to his email, I thought he was taking it to the mocha box outside. And I think that's where people thought that I was saying he's going outside. No, I wasn't clear. I didn't know where he was going. But then afterwards, when I thought it through, I realized, oh, wait a minute, he told us what that is. And here's his original message about that subject back on February 1st. The only thing that makes my situation a little different is that Xfinity put a mocha box to get my cable TV and internet to work. I didn't even know I was set up like that until my wife unplugged it one day to use that outlet. So this is a device that's inside the house, not outside. Apparently, the cable comes into the house, attaches to the mocha box, and then cable goes to the modem, which is in a different room, maybe a different floor of the house. I don't know. He's not talking about messing with the box on the outside. So relax, relax. Don't worry, be happy. I understand about the legalities of accessing that box. Now, I actually understand it more from what Carrie and Gary said. I've never looked into it. Those boxes are outside or locked up. I would never deign to go into them. Now, there was another thing. Oh, yeah. In part of my research, I looked up these mocha boxes. And I did some research trying to find out that box outside does it have a mocha device inside? I could find no confirmation. So it looks to me like mocha boxes are always inside. And they have an input for the coax cable, an output for the coax cable, and they have an Ethernet connection. And I've read a little bit more about it. I'm not going to try to explain it because I do not have expertise in that area.
Read chat, please.
Clearly. Yes, Ran Israel also saying mocha is for indoors. So he's not going to the outdoor box. No. Wow, that got some reactions. Okay, so then. Now I had both Carrie and Gary's comments on screen for a little bit. So you can go back and pause the video if you want to read through the comments. Basically, they're saying at that point, you should be having the service provider deal with it. Now, here's another point that Gary makes. The last point, not all places that show up in Ookla speed tests, which I guess he recognized that's what David was using, will offer the speed that you are paying from your ISP. At my work, we have a speed on an employee internal web page, and we cap it at 100 meg. If get 90 or so for most positions, you can work from where you are at home, obviously assuming you have permission. Now, he's not going to have that kind of limitation set on the internal network. Now, this is implying that Ookla speed test may not get up to the 2 gigabyte, unless you change to a different source, but that still does not address what he has going on, and I'm going to review that in a moment. Mocha inside premises, demarcation boxes where the provider is responsible to ensure the signal is okay. Yeah, I know that that's called a demarcation box, but what's in the box? What's in the box? Like HPNA is LAN over existing phone lines, Mocha is LAN over existing coax cables. That is my understanding of it. I'm not sure I could have recited that quite so succinctly. So that if you have coax cable already going to other rooms, other floors in your house, you could send the internet signal over that cable and have another Mocha box on the other end in order to attach your computer to it. That's what I understand about it at this point. I've never come across an occasion to need to use one of those, and that does not solve any existing problems for me anywhere. Okay, now I want to get to that speed test thing. The speed test that is happening where he's got the Okla configured to, it's not going to be addressing this issue. Where from November 26, he had a speed test of 946 down, and all his previous were in that same range. And then the next time he tried, which was December 17th, so a few weeks later, he's down into the 500s. Doesn't matter what site Okla is set for. I don't think that could be accounting for that difference. Now, of course, these are tests that he did within that app. And then if he was using a different connection point for these, maybe it could. But then let's go on to another one and see some, let's see, where was this one? Another speed test that he had back here that was even more drastic, 18 megabits per second download. That's indicating there's some kind of a cable faulty cable problem somewhere. So taking that modem and taking it back to the point where there's a cable connecting to the Mocha box, connect that cable to the modem / router, that makes a whole lot of sense to me for troubleshooting. Then if he doesn't have results there, if there is a point where that cable has another connection point before getting to the outside box, that might be another place. Any interior cabling, he can and should and is supposed to, as I understand, troubleshoot himself. And I've had service providers who say, okay, we'll come out, but if the problem is inside your house, we're going to charge you. So this is a reason to want to do everything that you can troubleshooting the interior. And this is a piece of troubleshooting the interior that the consumer is expected to do. That's not expected for Xfinity to do that. If they come in and do that, they're going to be charging you for it, as I understand. So let's see if my understand gets corrected again. In Michigan, telecommunication, natural gas infrastructure outside the building considered a felony. This includes cable boxes, fiber boxes, Michigan combined. Yeah, and that was in Gary's email. I didn't want to read through it all because I've got other subjects to move on to. That's under our belt. Done with. Over on that subject about being illegal. Okay? Can we agree on that?
Read chat, please.
Makes no difference which server I use. I get the same speed that are very close. Yeah, but John, you're not the person that's reporting the trouble. Oh, and are you getting 2 gigabits? That'd be a question that's on point. Do you get 2 gigabit from multiple different testing sources? Because that's what Gary was referring to, as I understand. Inside building, except ISP boxes, up to you. Yes. Yeah, Gary is reporting that 1 gig or higher. John only has 1 gig. So John, your situation is not going to prove or refute Gary's point on that. Okay. Can I move on? Can I move on? Can I move past this? Looking to see if anybody else says, hey, wait, because when I go to another subject, I want to stick on another subject. All right. Brian says we can move on. Chris says, yes, please. HSIT Africa. This one was on the list yesterday, but it just came in yesterday morning, and this is not a person in the community, so I held off on it. And this was on the video repairing dead HP alt. Whoops, wait a minute. Doggone it. 905. Okay, so I'm going to do this right because I have to discipline myself to do it right. 9:14 seconds. And reply. I want to pronounce
Read chat, please.
I want to pronounce that hist. John Williams sent me an email. I'll go look at that in a little bit. Boy, it helps if you send emails well before showtime. Mine didn't even turn on. Oh, okay. HSIT Africa says, mine didn't even turn on at all. What can I do regarding the repairing dead HP all-in-one that won't turn on? So I'm going to call you Africa, okay? Because I don't know how to pronounce that any different. It didn't turn on at all. What can I do? So
read chat, please.
Okay, got it, John. Oh, you're already flagged for today's show. I'm assuming you didn't tell me that you already did what I showed in that video, which is open the case up, pull out the CMOS battery, and put a new fresh one in, because that will prevent those from turning on. So if that did not work for you, how about the AC adapter? It could be the brick itself, or the cord that goes to the wall, or the cord that goes to the computer, which that cord is contained in the unit. So you could order a replacement for that, although someone else had done that and that didn't solve the problem for them. If you have a voltmeter, you can use that to test by touching your positive probe to the outside of the barrel connector and the negative probe to the inside. That's usually the way it is, but you should actually look at the label on the device itself to see. It should be marked to indicate whether the inside is the negative connector or not, to see if it's actually providing voltage. I think that should be, well, read on the label. It'll tell you what its output voltage is. So see that. There's also a possibility that it even if it is providing the right voltage, it might not have the right overall current. I don't know if you can check that with a voltmeter, because for amperage, you need to actually have some device drawing on it. So that might be where the issue is. If it's not either of those, then I think you're looking at a motherboard repair, and that's beyond my scope to advise. There are other channels such as Lewis. Oh, help me out. What's his last name? And then what's the woman's last name that does board level repairs? But that you'd be needing to find somebody in your community that has a board level computer repair office. Rossman. Thank you, Ski Man. That was Lewis Rossman. And if you can put if somebody doesn't mind putting a link into chat for that could be useful for this person. Then another place then is just replace the computer. Now, if you have one of those old computers, it's going to be no longer safe. Hi, Stormy. It's no longer going to be
please.
No longer going to be safe when Windows 10 is no longer in support. Rossman is Apple only, yes, but he does board level repairs. And also the woman I'm referring to, she's also mostly Apple. So that's not really you're not going to send your board to them, but that just demonstrates what board level repairs are. There's some other ones that do PC repairs. Yeah, give me some of those names in chat. iPad Rehab is the woman that I was referring to, but she's also mostly Apple. Adamant is in the UK, and yes, he does board level repairs, and there's a few others. You can search YouTube for board level repairs on PCs. So what else can I say for Africa? Oh yeah, on the subject of just replace the computer so you get current with Windows 11. If there's content on the drive of that computer that you're concerned about, maybe that's the only reason you're trying to get it to come on so that you can get your data. Well, since you've already opened the computer, I assume if you've followed the content in that video, hi, Princess. If you follow the content in that video, you've already opened it up. So take the hard drive out and you can connect it with a USB adapter to another computer to get the data off of it. If you need some help and advice with that, I'd be happy to help you with that through this YouTube channel. And the way you do that is you can reply to my reply to your comment with more information, or you can send an email to what's on the screen. Now, the way that I help is by using that interaction with you as content on my channel. It's not private one-on-one consultations or assistance. I do that with my business clients, so I do offer that for a fee for service, but I don't offer that really for fee for service to viewers. I prefer to do that for free, if it's okay with you, but that happens over my live streams. Okay, Steve Mercure saying Parts People YouTube channel does board level repairs on Dell laptops. It's good at explaining what he's doing. But you should not be, that is not something you can just do on your own. You can't watch their videos and then do it yourself. The only way that's going to be of any interest to you, Africa, is to take that to a local service provider, a local computer shop, store in your, I should say shop, computer repair service in your community that does board level repairs. Soren in the UK, as the channel name I think is Northridge Fix, or Northridge Fix is in California. Soren is in UK. Those are two separate. And then Northwest Repair in Washington State. So there's several suggested in chat, but if you need more guidance on that, I prefer that you reply to the video comment, to my comment, or send me an email and we can help you further with it. Okay, so I can give him a thumbs up and a heart. I've given him the timestamp. Come up to this one. We're at 1346. Paste the link and 1346. So, full twig. Maybe that's way off from what you meant, but that's what I'll call you for now because I need some way to pronounce it. Full twig. Anyway, you could redo this video and just show the facts. Now, if I imagine there's other wording, it's saying, is there any way you could redo this video and just show the facts? Or anyway, could you redo this video and just show the facts? This was regarding lost contacts in new Outlook, and here's how to get them back. This video is, I thought that I might do that, but it's just not producing enough interest. And as I look through, it's showing a little bit higher than average interest, but that's not enough to really make it worthwhile to do a special video for it. Here's someone else's video from 7 years ago that is climbing, but has only one comment. So that's really not doing very well. That's a channel that has, let's see, what did they have? 46 subscribers. So there aren't many videos that have been produced on this topic and there aren't many views on them. So no, I don't anticipate doing a video on that. When I search for that in YouTube, my video is the only one that really looks apparent. I have 2 videos on the subject and they're not getting much attention. And even when I go to, let's see, where is this? Yeah, when I go to incognito and do a Google search for lost contacts when converting to Outlook, my video comes up, but it's not getting much views. So no, I don't see that that's getting enough traction for that. But if you need some additional help, that's what I'm here for. That's why this channel exists. So full twig, if you need some additional assistance, Please
Read chat,
reply.
please.
Please reply to my reply and give me more information about your circumstances, and I'll try to help you further with it. There's a whole lot more in my mind that could be covered here that I did not cover in this. That would be justifiable for the topic, but it doesn't have enough attention. So, no, that's not going to happen. But I can help you further. Just give me some information about what's going on for you. Okay, so this read chat, please, was Martin Hogg. Oh, the keyboard update. Awesome. I'm so happy to have a keyboard update. Martin Hogg, when she changed the keyboard setting to English UK, she said it kept reverting to US. I advised her to restart PC after changing to UK to lock in. Nothing heard from her since. When I demonstrated changing the keyboard, I actually deleted the English US keyboard. So has she done that? I would highly recommend doing that. Somebody kind of said I shouldn't have done that, but no, that was a different reason. Let's not go there. But I think if it's reverting back to English US, what you ought to do is have her delete the English US keyboard so that it can't revert to that. That was good timing, Martin, to put that in. Gary, the age of AIO, it is not worth doing board level repair unless you're doing it for yourself for the fun of it. Totally agree. Totally agree. And that's why I went on to the subject about replacing the computer. Now, actually, I neglected, I got distracted, but I wanted to point out to them that these computers were $160 each. And they're going to run faster than that AIO on its best day ever. These are N100 computers. That's a low-end processor for today, but they will run circles around that HP AIO computer. So hopefully he's still watching, he or she. Okay, I've got others to get onto. Moving on to the email from John Williams. And then I got an email from myself about SysPrep. Like I said earlier today, mice have been a problem. I did install the new Cat6 cable. I think he told us that he had a really long cable. And here he's showing us the mouse damage. And I had a client who had an office building that had a wood floor, and their internet went down one day, and that's what we found is underneath the wood floor, rodents of some sort had chewed up the wires. So let's get that. Yeah, here you can see a little bit of the actual wire. So I actually cut through that green shielding a little bit. And that was just blurred. So thank you for that, John. Very entertaining that is. And then from me, I did some testing with SysPrep yesterday because of what I've explained to you before about how I'm deploying these as I'm creating the image on a computer that I have in their office. I call it the base image computer. Then I make a backup of that. I download it here to my office. I restore it to one of these computers. Then I take it out to the office and install it. Now, the problem with that is they all have the same computer SID number. It's not a problem right now. The computers work fine, but I'm concerned about what happens down the road and how difficult it is to change the SID later. Well, what happens now is when I run SysPrep, I get errors. I go into the error log and I fix one error, and then there's another error. I fix that error, and then there's another error. And what it looks like I have to do is pretty much uninstall every program that maintains or tracks user-specific data. If it's keeping track of anything in the app data folders for the users, then it looks like I cannot have those programs installed, which pretty much wipes out the point of doing SysPrep anyway. If there's some other way to change the computer SIDs that I'd like to, and I tried also establishing a computer SID on a new computer, then restoring just the C partition, that doesn't work. The computer SID follows the C partition. So SysPrep is not working for me. I don't know of any other options. If anyone else has something else out there for changing, preferably changing the computer SID after the computer is up and running, that's what I'd really like to see. Now, that covers all of my topics intended for today, I think. Yeah.
Read chat, please.
Wow, with a voice like that, that is just really authoritative. How can I not do that? New SID. Oh, Mark Rasinovich. Well, let's see. New SID. See, I use his utility to look up the current SID. New SID has been retired and is no longer available for download. See Mark Rasinovich's blog, New SID Retirement and the Machine SID Duplication Myth. That doesn't sound encouraging. Microsoft does not support images that are prepared using new SID. We only support images that are prepared using SysPrep. Okay, but I can't use SysPrep if I already have software installed that tracks specific user content, apparently. Microsoft has not tested new SID for all deployment cloning operations. Okay, were you just providing this as background information, or do you think there's a solution in there for me, Ran? Can you delete everything in app data folder on the base image, then SysPrep it? I might try that because I've got images here in computers that I don't mind hammering away on. Does that really help me though? No, it doesn't. If I have to wipe out everything about the configuration in order to get a new SID, then I have to rebuild that from scratch. Unless the default profile utility would then, no, because SysPrep is even going to wipe out the default profile. I think I can test that. Not really supported by Microsoft. Do you think I care? I want something that'll work. What I am doing is not supported by Microsoft. I'm already down that road.
Read chat, please.
Okay. All right. Got that, Ran Israel. Thank you for that. All right. That's it for now. Here's my email address. You can send a question by email for myself in the chat room to respond to. Tomorrow's show is usually about 2 hours long on Saturday, starts at 11 a.m. Pacific time. You can also put a comment on any of my videos, and you can ask questions in the chat room. If you've been approved for the chat room, if you've not been approved for the chat room, then put a comment on a video asking approval for the chat room. All right. Have a great Friday, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.